I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, January the 11th, 2016. Israel's security agency, the Shin Bet, announced the discovery and arrest of a Hamas terror cell. The cell located in Hebron was found in a joint operation between the Shin Bet and the IDF this past November, but the information was just released yesterday. The members of the cell had purchased several weapons with the intent of carrying out a terror attack on the highway between Hebron and Ashkelon. The leader of the cell, Mehmad Ali Kawazme, is the brother of one of the terrorists responsible for the kidnapping and killing of 3 Israeli teenagers in the summer of 2014. Israel has delayed returning the body of Arab-Israeli terrorist Nashat Milhem to his family for burial over concerns that his funeral could lead to further violence and incitement. Milhem was killed in an exchange of gunfire after he shot at Israeli special forces who had come to arrest him on Friday near his hometown of Arara, 1 week after Milhem shot and killed 3 people in Tel Aviv. Several Gaza terror groups this weekend held tributes for Milhem, praising his actions and declaring him a martyr. Israel's Public Security Minister Gilad Erdan said in a statement today that when the family complies with the demands of the Israel police, which are intended to ensure that the terrorist's funeral does not turn into a rally in support of terror and incitement to further attacks, the body will be released. Meanwhile, a relative of Milhem who was arrested 6 days ago has had his remand extended for another week on suspicion of playing a central role as an accomplice in the terror attacks. Milhem's father and brother, who had also been held by police, were released from custody yesterday to house arrest. Police in France are investigating whether an attack this morning on a Jewish man outside a synagogue was motivated by anti-Semitism. The victim was named as 35-year-old Binyamin Amsalem, said to be a teacher. He was very lightly injured in his hand and shoulder by a teenager said to be about 15 or 16 who attacked him with a machete in the city of Marseille. The teen then fled but was later apprehended by police. The Jerusalem Post reports, citing the prosecutor in Marseille, that said the teen is a Turkish citizen of Kurdish origin who said he had acted in the name of the Islamic State. Jewish groups here in the U.S. praised the American Historical Association for rejecting a resolution targeting Israel. In a vote of 111 to 50, members of the association rejected the measure, which accuses Israel of restricting Palestinian academic activities in Gaza. The vote was held on Saturday during the AHA's annual meeting in Atlanta. The resolution was sponsored by Historians Against the War, a group created in 2003 in response to U.S. military action in Iraq. Since then, the group has adopted other causes to their agenda, including promoting the BDS movement. Leaders of the Conference of Presidents, Chairman Stephen Greenberg and CEO Malcolm Hoenlein, called the vote against BDS a victory for academic principles and freedom. They said, "We hope it establishes an important precedent for repudiation of the manipulative and deceptive tactics utilized by small numbers of members to have professional associations adopt anti-Israel resolutions." CEO of the American Jewish Committee, David Harris, said that Israeli-Palestinian peace can only be achieved in bilateral talks between the parties, not by anti-Israel activists trying to win over scholarly groups in the U.S. The Golden Globe Awards were presented last night in Beverly Hills by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Jewish nominees who won in their categories include Aaron Sorkin for Best Screenplay for the film Steve Jobs, and Rachel Bloom for Best Actress in a TV series, musical, or comedy for Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which she also co-created. And Hungarian film Son of Saul was awarded Best Foreign Film. It takes place during the Holocaust and tells the story of a Jewish death camp worker at Auschwitz-Birkenau. And looking now at our programming for tonight here on JBS for Monday, January the 11th at 7 o'clock, Elie Wiesel, Susan Rice, David Stern, Tom Friedman, Ari Shavit, Samantha Power, and others pay tribute as Katie Couric hosts a gala to honor former Anti-Defamation League National Director Abraham Foxman for his 50 years of service to the ADL and the Jewish people. At 9 o'clock, Mark Golub sits down with Amir Shlomian, who discusses his unique school for Arab and Jewish children in Israel. And at 10, author and correspondent Katie Martin speaks at the 92nd Street Y. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, global Jewish security is addressed at the Jewish Federation of North America's General Assembly in Washington. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, January the 11th, 2016. I'm Teisha Bader.